how to get a fan layout and know what fans you need for your barn. I'll go over a recent project that we spec the fans out. It's actually a little bit difficult, and I'll show you the details that you need, that if you give us, we'll be able to do a good job for you. So this was at actually Dream Farms in Chambersburg, PA, and we got a drawing of their 5 barns they were looking at, heifer barns they were looking at putting fans in, and they've got all kinds of them. We've got, here's an older barn, clear span, Virginia style, and here they had some, these are really old Virginia style barns where single slope, posts everywhere. But hey, there's some details you can give us and we can figure out how it would work. What really helped here was the drawings, and it showed the length and the exact how deep it was. But what was really great, he measured the post, how tall it was at the front, 12 foot and 8 foot, 10 foot and 18 foot. Like he had the dimensions of the roof, or the height of the roof, and then he had pictures of each barn, and that allowed us to figure out what we could do. So here for this this barn was it was 114 by 16 foot tall, and fortunately this one was a clear span. This one was easy, but we went with a low profile 20-foot fans. Here is off to the edge of the picture, but he had the peak drawn there, what it looks like. So he went with a low profile. We can run this fan like a foot from the truss. If you have open trusses, you can run about a foot from it, because we put a bumper guard up. So here was a more difficult one. I've got it circled here. It's got 10 pen. He wrote down 10 pens, 174 foot long, 32 foot deep, 8 foot at the back, and 13 at the front. Now that's not much room, and you can see it here. It really helps to have pictures, because you get a picture. This picture was looking straight in. Here's from the side view. So based on those 2 pictures and this layout, we can get 12-foot fans stuck in here. It's gonna be tight, but by knowing this and having these pictures, we can get pretty accurate. And the fan's gonna end up looking somewhat like this, but we're gonna have some funny brackets to fasten to the ceiling, and then you'll use guy wires yet. But it's gonna be, this one was pretty far from the ceiling, but it'll be that concept, 12 foot, because that's all that can fit in. And what it's gonna do is keep this bedding dried out. These animals will stay drier with less bedding. It's going to dry up the floors a lot simply by keeping the air moving all the time. It's going to make it a lot better. So here was another barn. This one's 26 foot deep, 10 foot at the back, 18 foot at the front. You can see that's a little taller, and they had tubes, air tubes in here that are going to come out. Overall, this one's much easier, going to be easier to install. We still couldn't get away from 12-foot fans because they had all these posts. If you look close, they got a post here in the front, and then they got a post back another 8 foot to hang gates on. That's the way these were built. So every other pen would get a fan, and we had to stay 12-foot diameter. 14 foot would be better, but we're gonna have to stay 12 foot or less just so it fits in between. So they'll be able to do that the whole way down through. Same kind of mounting. So here's our last one, that low profile one, which is a specialty that we do. The fan mounts up against trusses. This is only for open truss buildings. If you have a ceiling in, you need more room for the air to get in. You can't go up tight if you have a ceiling. So it goes up real close to the ceiling, and we put the bumper guard in, so if the blades ever do flex up, they won't bite in. That allows you, these older buildings where there's not much headroom, you can easily stick a fan in and get good results. There, now you know what information to send us, and we'll get you a good layout of what would actually work for your barn, or heifer barn, cow barn, livestock barn, whatever it takes.